Welcome to the stream, everybody. How's everybody doing? It has been so long since I streamed. Thinker, thank you so much for hanging out in the opening screen, just like the old days. Let's turn the music down just a touch. I got my new mic. I got that all set up. I'm so excited. And YouTube is looking crisp. I just checked it on my phone. It looks so good. It looks so much nicer than Twitch did, at least on my end. I don't know how it looks on you guys' end, but yeah, it looks good for me. I'm thrilled. How's everybody been? I hope everyone has had a good year. I know I took I did those cooking streams, but like as far as actual streams like this, it has been well over a year since I did a stream like this. I actually packed up most of my streaming gear. J Diddy says, I'm good, have you been? I'm doing great. I'm having a really good day, feeling hyped, feeling pumped to get back to streaming. I want to do a couple of these streams a month. I don't want to make streaming like my main focus because to be honest, it has a tendency to kind of consume me a little bit. I get wrapped up in it and I get so obsessive over my streams, and I want to stream like 8-hour chunks at a time. I can't do it. It burns me out. I gotta turn down the brightness on this camera. The sun is just blasting through this window right now. Oh my god. How's volume levels, everybody? Are we sounding good out there? This is my first time setting up this whole new overlay and everything, so I'm still getting used to stuff. But yeah, so we got a lot to talk about today. There's been so much streaming news. Mainly, there's 3 things that I wanted to cover. I believe that should be in the description. I'm just kind of fixing my video real quick. It's a little bit bright. Just a smidge. Let's turn the exposure down. There we go. That's better. Turn that down a touch. That up a touch. Aha, not quite so blown out now, are ya? Fixed. I still got it. That touch, the streamer touch. JDD said volume's good, just sick. Wow, this beautiful person on my screen. It's been a long time and it feels good to be back. Thank you for stopping by, Sick. I appreciate it. I know a lot of people are still getting used to the whole like YouTube streaming thing, but I appreciate everyone clicking on over, stopping by and saying hi. Today, the main things that I wanted to talk about with the whole streamer news thing is pay to win. Twitch switching over to that whole weird system they got going on with like promoting your channel and people paying for that and how that all works, and just from like a marketing perspective, what some of this terminology that they're throwing out there actually means for you as a streamer. I know Devin Nash did a video about this, Ashen Christ. Everybody's done videos about this, but I wanted to cover it on my stream from my standpoint, dealing with similar systems on like Instagram and Facebook and even Twitter. Pretty much everybody has this like pay to promote system, but I feel like it's just really shady coming from Twitch, and I'll go over that. JDD says volume is good. Cool. I got this new microphone, so I'm still trying to get used to it. I hope everybody enjoys the little quality boost. I know my last one had a tendency to get a little echoey. It didn't really work well with this room. It picked literally everything up, but I have my AC going, and at least on my end when I checked on my phone, I couldn't hear it really that much at all. So I thought that was pretty impressive. I got this one. It is what is this one? The Yeti, the blue Yeti. I got it on sale at Target for like 90 bucks. But I'm getting all ADHD here. This was my issue with chatting streams, is I got all over the place. I need to pull up my actual like list of what we're talking about. So the second issue that we're going to be talking about is the Twitch DMCA thing. Everybody seems to be excited that they have this whole deal, and DMCA is not going to be as much of an issue anymore, but like there's definitely still some consequences to streaming copyrighted music and things that you don't have permissions for. So we'll go over some basics of that. I'm not a lawyer. I don't understand all of that stuff perfectly, but I did a little bit of research myself. So I want to just cover, the basics of that and what you can and cannot get away with. And then the last topic that I wanted to go over is all these moves that YouTube is making and some of the benefits of YouTube. Not trying to pressure anyone to switch. If you are a Twitch streamer, definitely don't feel like my input is going to be the thing that is the deciding factor for you here. I definitely have my own content struggles that affect my choices, and they're going to feed into my input on this. But if you feel like you're in a similar situation, maybe some of these things that I've been looking at with YouTube versus Twitch will help you out. So we'll get into that. And then afterwards, I'll hop on some Destiny 2. I love that game, and I'm getting back into it hardcore lately. We'll grind out some of that and start seeing kind of where the game is at, because I haven't had a whole lot of time to pump into it, and I'd like to spend a good little chunk of time today figuring out where the heck that game is at right now and what the actual like meta is, because I'm way behind. So we'll have fun figuring that out. JDD says, I also use the Blue Yeti. Good mic. I'm enjoying it so far. I had some troubles with it at first when I was getting set up. Take a swig of my Swift Lifestyles tasty drink. That's actually not bad. I thought it was going to be really chalky, but Swift Lifestyles is not too terrible. So, one thing, just getting into YouTube differences real quick. In Stream Elements, OBS, it's very difficult to get chat. Like, you have to basically open up in the little sidebar the entire app of YouTube and go to your stream in this like kind of almost mobile-esque way, and then open up chat, like the actual like full stream. It's kind of weird, but it's not bad. I will get used to this. It's just a little bit not quite as well integrated into Stream Elements as Twitch streaming is, where they actually have like a full-on sidebar that is just designated for chat, and you can have all your emotes and stuff. With YouTube, it seems to be a little bit more hoops to go through to get your chat to show up in OBS, but it seems to be working all right. Everything is coming through fine. There's not a whole lot of latency, so that's not really too big of a deal to me. 6 says, I want to play New World, but I don't want to break my computer. Yeah, that's my issue too. I have a 10... shoot, what do I have? It's like a 10... What do I have for a graphics card right now? It's like a 1080, 10 something, somewhere around there. And I'm scared. I know it would probably do it on really low settings, but I just don't want to risk toasting my computer that has literally everything that I need on it right now. I have no other options. My laptop is just such a piece of crap that it would light on fire if I tried to edit a video with it. So I need my PC. The mic itself wasn't too difficult to manage, J Diddy. It was just the for some reason, because of I think the headphone jack on it, my PC kept trying to treat it like a speaker, and so it kept switching back and forth the default between my SteelSeries headset and the microphone, and it was just freaking it out. So it kept cutting in and out on the microphone because it kept trying to use it as a microphone and a speaker at the same time. It was weird. I had to delete everything that had anything to do with the microphone, reinstall all the drivers, and then reset all my default settings, and that seemed to manage to get it to work. But so this first thing that we were going over, some of you guys might have seen the Devin Nash video or the Ashton Christ video about the Twitch pay to win system, as some people are calling it. It's really just like a pay to promote. You can pop in. It's not fully functioning right now. They haven't fully instituted it on the site. It's in testing at the moment. But people are worried that it's going to just ruin Twitch. You will be able to pay to get your stream supposedly promoted and put in front of more people, or people in your stream, ideally is the way it's supposed to be. People in your stream can support you by paying. People can pay to basically boost your stream. Sweets, welcome to the stream. He said, happy to catch your stream for the first time. I'm happy to be streaming for the first time in a long time. I haven't been live in over a year. It's super cool to be sitting back in the racer chair and feeling more myself. I feel so much more myself now streaming, which I think is gonna hopefully show through a little bit more. I'm not quite as confused about my own persona, so hopefully on camera I feel a little bit more natural. J Diddy says, for me it was either the volume was too low or volume was too loud. I could see that. I think with some of the filters that I have set in OBS, it seems to be regulating it pretty well. Computer Chick says, bad idea for Twitch pay to play. There are some streamers that are kids. Yeah, and I think that kind of could definitely get into... that's an issue that I actually didn't think about, is kids getting into this and just sucking their parents' credit cards. Ugh, yeah, that would be a mess. Six says, I got my 3070 way over market price soon. Yeah, no chance risking it. Yeah, I wouldn't risk that either. But yeah, the whole pay to win thing has a lot of people concerned. That Computer Chick is something that I hadn't thought of, honestly, the whole kids aspect. But the reason that people are concerned is they're saying, well, it's going to be these bigger streamers with massive communities. They're just going to take over even more because they're going to have the money to just throw at it, and their communities are going to be paying to get them put higher and higher up, which is obviously a valid concern. But it kind of that ignores how the Twitch recommendation feature works. Twitch doesn't really have an algorithm. A lot of people like to throw around the term like, oh, the Twitch algorithm. It's not. It's a very basic recommendation system. I personally, compared to social media and YouTube and Google and Instagram, it doesn't even really compare to an actual like algorithm. Digitized coming in. Digitized Entertainment is actually the org that I started running the social media for, guys. So if you would love to get involved in that, make sure you stop by their channel. We're going to be getting some highlights over there soon for org members and lots of cool stuff happening. So make sure you guys pop over there and follow Digitized Entertainment. But yeah, back to the algorithm or lack of on Twitch. It's really just a rudimentary recommendation system based on the type of streams that you watch, the type of games that you play, and then it will recommend based off of that. So if you like to watch streams in a certain view range, and you also like to watch games streams in a certain directory, then it will suggest other streams that are like that, and you can discover them. But like Computer Chick just said, it doesn't really have much of a discovery feature, so it's not really much of an algorithm. So with recommendations, all that's going to be doing is putting your content in front of people that already like similar streams, but it'll just show up in the little like browse section or the recommended bar based off of how they're already set up. How you would integrate something like that, that's just my best guess, is you would show up a little bit more to extra people who are already triggering those little like flags in the system, like, oh, they like this type of viewership level, they like this type of game, etc. So that's really all it's going to be. It's not even guaranteeing that you're going to get a bunch more viewers. You know, your people are going to be throwing money at this thinking that they're guaranteed, I paid for 1,000 people to look at my stream and I've got 2 viewers, you know, and they're going to be so pissed because they just don't understand how the recommendation system actually is going to work. Computer Chick Production says, I have more discovery on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and even Facebook. Even Facebook. That's saying something. Even Facebook. Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing, is all of those have an actual SEO-based algorithm that can look through the content and decide who it's best suited for. Twitch doesn't really have that. And that is the big issue that it comes down to, in my mind, as to why the whole Twitch thing feels kind of sketchy. Is because all of these other platforms have organic algorithms. Yes, you can get into the whole conspiracy thing of, oh, they throttle your reach and they try to push you to pay. And I definitely think Facebook does that. I definitely think a lot of these social media sites do that. They make the algorithm a little bit tweaked so that you do feel pushed to pay to promote if you really want to do this from a business standpoint. But they do have organic options for discoverability on those other platforms. That's a very Web 2.0 business model, is you release a free platform, it's great. You get a bunch of users, you get people coming in and creating content. And then for those people who want more and who want to start using this to advertise and to push their personal brands to that next level, you introduce this pay to play type of system. Twitch never had that organic discovery to begin with. So when people are asking like, can we have some fucking discoverability, please? And then Twitch goes, sure, here you go. Like, that's kind of the vibe that we're getting. And that's why it feels so much different. Somebody on Twitter was like, well, you know, every other social media site has this. And if you view streaming as a business, then, you know, why is this such a big deal? And to me, like, that's why it's a big deal, is because they never had it to begin with, whereas these other social media platforms did and then ask you to pay. Twitch is just cutting out that whole part and going, nah, just pay us. That's all they want. Gutter says, would love to see stats on how many people ever click on a recommended stream. I have never clicked on one, and I'm always looking for new streamers. I'm always looking for new people too, Gutter. Like, that's a huge concern that was in my mind, is this even gonna work? You know, how do people use Twitch? How do people find new streamers on Twitch? This whole recommended pay to boost thing ignores the fundamental structure of how people find new content and explore the platform. Most people find new content and explore new streamers through other platforms. You know, they're not adding any way to do that on Twitch. They're not adding any more exploration options. They're not adding any more search options. They're not adding any way to narrow down your, you know, even just like your recommendeds and your preferences, even just to go in and set like, yes, these are the types of streams that I really like. Please show me this. They're very limited on that. So if people aren't clicking that type of stuff anyways, what does it matter to be higher up on that list? If nobody's looking at the list, why do you want to pay to be higher up on the list? It makes no sense to me. Computer Chick says, YouTube even now as of October 12th for those creators that have 500 get a community tab. Yes, that is so fun. I really was not like bitter, but just kind of like, of course, my freaking life. But as soon as I hit 1,000 subscribers, like literally within 48 hours, they released that they were dropping the requirement to 500. I'm just like, are you kidding me? I spent all of this time getting to 1,000 and then you drop it as soon as I get there. But oh well. I think that's gonna be huge for a lot of small channels. But that's something that I wanted to talk about later on in the stream, is like some of the benefits to YouTube right now. Let me pop up my list here. So we got through end results for the streamer. It's just gonna end up being a big waste of money. I think the better option is to just donate that money to the streamer, in my opinion. I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you think that it's better to pay to help to promote the streamer through Twitch discoverability options, or do you think that it's better to just pay for it? To just pay directly to the streamer to help them with, you know, updates to their tech and things like that that might actually benefit them later on down the road, instead of just throwing it down the toilet, basically. Dropping it to 500. Yeah, they dropped it. It's coming in a few days, like Computer Chick said, at October 12th. So that'll be really good. That's a huge boost for small YouTubers. Nick Merck supposedly making the move to YouTube as well. Yeah, that's gonna be, I think if that happens, that's gonna be huge. I think Nick Merck's moving over would be like kind of a nail in the coffin. Man, I wish the light outside would make up its mind as to what it wants to do. I can't decide whether it wants to be bright outside or not. Thinker says, I think Twitch shouldn't get a dime. Bring subs off Twitch. Make all that support go straight to the creator. Gutter says, I gotta believe almost every streamer would prefer the monetary support. Be beneficial for both, but for it to be capped only can be top a couple times a month. That would be a good way to do it. Like, have it so diminishing returns type of thing. Like, I don't know how many of you guys, this might not be a great comparison, but I'll run with it anyways. Mixer with their like crystals embers thing that they had, like they were throwing money at people hoping to fill up their, you know, chalice or whatever it was called, and then they would get a payout based off of how many milestones they had hit. But like as you went up, it got harder and harder to hit, so the money you were throwing at them was kind of worth less and less and less. It was kind of like diminishing returns, so that these big streamers with massive communities, it kind of sucked honestly in a way, but like these massive communities weren't able to just like, here you go, and then Twitch was having to pay out, you know, 20 grand because somebody just got dumped on. They could maybe do something like that, where if people are just getting a lot of those whatever they end up calling them, recommendation bits, or I don't know if they have a set term for them yet, but if they're getting a lot of those, maybe it can kind of like ramp down the usefulness of it or something. Yeah, Thinker says Twitch gives me a bad taste in my mouth now. I think that they're just showing more and more the disconnect between creators and the company itself. You know, this is kind of, at least for me, I still watch streams over there. I still support my friends over there, obviously. But for me as a creator, I don't have any desire to be over there anymore because they just don't seem like they get it. I just kind of get the feeling like the majority of people working over there, at least in the higher ups, never gave a shit about gaming or streaming or anything to do with it. I think they brought in a bunch of business people because Twitch was losing money, and they just kind of threw the best people they could think of at it, and they're like, all right, let's start making money, man. Like, crank it out. And that's what they're trying to do, but they're doing it at a sacrifice of the heart of the Twitch community. Computer Chick says, I am waiting for the first lawsuit from a parent because little Johnny's been thousands promoted on Twitch. I only had one. Yeah, he just like maxed out their credit cards, and he still only had like, he had 0 to 1 concurrent viewers on his Fortnite stream. That would just be so, yeah, it's gonna happen. And it's gonna, not even just gonna be kids either. Like, it's gonna be adults. Adults are gonna be throwing money at this thinking that they're gonna get views. And it's just not gonna happen. If you see the job posting for Twitch, it's definitely interesting. Where's that at? I should have it set up so you can throw links in if you want. You should be able to throw a link in if you have it. I would love to check that out. We'll bring it up on stream and look at it. We'll make fun of their job listing. Cameron TV, YouTube is still the worst of the two platforms for live streams. As far as UI and all of that goes, yes. As far as, in my mind, quality of the actual streams, I think that the quality of the actual streams is better. As also the possible discoverability and usefulness of streaming on YouTube, I think is better, in my opinion. Just because you can set all of your SEO, get discovered through the actual platform, and then once it's done, it's not just lost content, it's not just like bullshit throwaway stuff, it's actual like evergreen content. Through streaming, you're creating useful, beneficial, evergreen content for your channel that will continue to get you views even after you've stopped streaming. So like, that's the benefit of streaming on YouTube, in my opinion. But I absolutely agree with you. As far as the viewing experience, it's not as fun on YouTube. Like, the actual culture and the emotes and just everything about Twitch is gamified, and it has that vibe, and it feels great. I really get that. But I think that you're right. I think in the next 2 to 5 years, I think that it's going to start getting a lot better. They're making some big changes. Thinker says, I don't mind supporting my friends, but I'm done supporting the platform. Yeah, I'm the same. I don't want to stream there. I still am technically affiliate over there. I haven't turned it off. I haven't gotten rid of it, but I wiped all of my content. I literally just use it to support my friends, and I buy bits every now and then, but that's pretty much it. Computer Fixes, I still watch Twitch, but as a creator, I'm getting more traction on other platforms. I mean, shoot, in the year that I took off creating content, I went from like 200 to 900 on YouTube, and that was without even making videos. I made like 7 videos, 6 or 7 videos, and then just left my channel. And I got 36,000 views on one video, 4,000 or 5,000 on a bunch of others. And that's the beautiful thing about YouTube is you don't have to have that constant creation cycle like with Twitch, where you're live constantly to be able to get somewhere. I feel like it's just so exhausting. Like with this, I'm planning on going live every 2 weeks. Every second Monday, I'm gonna go live and I'm gonna hang out and I'm gonna do this and play games with people and chat, and I'll store up the news over the last couple weeks, and then we'll have some fun talking about it. And the rest of the time, I'm gonna make videos and do shorts. And I feel like the YouTube is just set up so nicely now to be able to do everything in one place and build a complete brand without burning yourself out with, you know, maybe 1 or 2 satellite like social media platforms. Professor Awkward says, welcome to the stream, by the way, everybody. Thank you all for stopping by. I know there's quite a few of you who have popped in since I started up, and I haven't said hi yet, but thank you for coming by to my first stream on YouTube, and I'm having fun. How does everything look on your end? Is everything running smooth? Everything looking good? I don't have like the most amazing PC, but it seems like it's running everything pretty well. I optimized everything all right with the overlay. It seems like everything's going pretty good. I don't have a whole lot of dropped frames. 0 on my end, actually. So hopefully it's running good out there. But anyways, back to chat. Professor Awkward says I cannot watch Twitch at all right now, but this isn't lagging, if that means anything. I think that's a good sign. I think that's a really good sign. I think that is one of the great things about YouTube is their optimization for mobile and various levels of internet. They've put a lot of work into making sure that people can watch YouTube pretty much wherever they are. Ally, welcome. I always forget whether it's Ally or Ally. I'm so sorry. I feel like a jerk every time I see it on Twitter, and I'm like, Ally, Ally, fuck. Sweet says you can find Twitch position in Indeed currently. Saw it the other day. Okay, I'm gonna look this up. I'm actually gonna look that up because I want to see what's going on with that now. Looks like they're hiring for every single position, trying to revamp or shift directions. Yeah, I wonder what direction it's gonna be. Nathan, welcome to the stream. Cameron, thank you for that sub. It feels weird saying that coming from YouTube, because I'm like, no, I mean coming from Twitch, because I'm like, no, it's not a sub, it's a follow. You didn't sub to me. Ali. Okay, cool. Thank you for the clarification. I appreciate that. Let me just turn up the brightness on my webcam real quick. I'm gonna have to keep adjusting this. See, this is like, I need to get some new lighting, because I can do this perfectly fine when I'm filming for YouTube with my DSLR. But with streaming, changing the exposure and stuff as the light outside changes gets a little old. The light decides to like, there's a cloud, and then my whole stinking webcam is just toast. Yeah, it looks great, and 2 seconds later it looks like dog crap. Panda, welcome to the channel, my friend. Said Sid, I've been loving the direction of your content lately. In a space very much like what I'm doing professionally, excited to see more coming from you. Thank you so much for still hanging around too, by the way. I appreciate that. You've been around for a while. It's good to see you. How did you get the sub notification to work? I can't get that to work for me. I don't really know if I did anything special particularly. I just went to streamelements.com and set it up through that. I have it set as a web source. and just going from streamelements.com. I did one with my recent sub count up at the top, and then the notifications just in the general box. Isa's better than my camera quality. I don't know. The C922 is decent. It's got the 1080p. It just kind of is not super happy when it comes to low light stuff is the main issue. And my living room is pretty low light. So everybody, thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. Number 2 that I got on my list of stuff to talk about here, this handy dandy list to keep me from getting too ADHD and too caffeine hyped off of this go juice. I don't even know what you'd describe it as. It's basically like G Fuel, just less chalky and disgusting, and there's less gross stuff in it. Twitch DMCA issues. There's a lot of people who have been really excited that the Twitch DMCA issues are fixed and that they have gone through supposedly and made all of these deals with the NMPA. But all that means is that you're gonna get a warning instead of going straight to the fines. Ace's streamer is also better looking than me too. It's the glasses. The glasses really set it off. See, like, I mean, I can't see myself without the glasses, so that means I must not look as good, right? See, there we go. I can see myself now. I'm fine. I look great. But yeah, the whole agreement that Twitch has with the NMPA is just the fact that you're not going to go straight to getting a thousands of dollar fine. That's all it is. You still cannot play copyrighted music. It says, what's plan today? The plan today, we have been talking about, well, right now we're talking about the DMCA issue. We talked about Twitch pay to win, and then I'm going to talk about some of the YouTube moves they've been making. I'm going to, hop on some Destiny 2 later. Panda says an inspiration for sure, working on some stuff in the SEO branding space, hopefully in the near future. Swag and Memnon, welcome to the stream. There's Swag and Memnon. How's your day going? It's good to see you. I appreciate you stopping by. All my Twitter friends are coming by and hanging out. It makes me feel good. It's always that weird feeling when you don't go live for a while and you're like, is anybody gonna show up this time? Like, it's been a long time. Is anyone gonna do it? I feel so much better about going live now though, now that I've gotten a lot of my personal, like, just mental headspace stuff cleared out and gender things figured out and just feeling better about who I am as a person. Yeah, streaming feels a whole lot more natural. I can hop on camera without feeling so horribly awkward and uncomfortable with myself. It's always an issue. Also, my health is so much better, so I'm not in massive pain, like hip pain, lower back pain, and stomach pain, because this past year was the time that I figured out I have a twisted spine and possibly Crohn's, definitely IBD of some sort. Panda says, damn, I missed the Twitch pay to win combo. Is that about the new viewer? Yeah, that was about that. But that's the good thing about YouTube is you'll be able to come back and check that out later. Once the stream is done, you'll be able to come check that out. I'm gonna go through and create a highlight reel. Probably what I'm gonna do is just clip the first part of the stream without the gaming. Gaming can be a separate thing. Anybody who feels like hanging out for the gaming, that's kind of me. My friends, my community is a bunch of gamers, so I figured that would be a fun way to connect with everybody and hang out every now and then. I don't want to be fully like game streaming oriented on this channel, but I feel like gaming would be a fun way to hang out with everybody. But I'm going to chop these first bits, the like streamer news segments, so that everybody who's interested can go back and hang out and watch those as well. So definitely feel free to stop back by the channel next day or two, and I should have that done. Professor Awkward says, I'm glad it happened when I can stop by. I'm probably going to do them mostly in the mornings because I have the most energy and it allows me to spend the rest of the day kind of doing house chores and getting caught up on stuff and maybe even film a YouTube video this afternoon. But look at me, getting all ADHD again. So that whole thing with the DMCA agreement, just means that instead of going straight to fines, you will get a strike, and then after continued warnings, then you can move to a fine. But it just means that you're not monetarily on the hook. It doesn't mean that your channel is not still at risk, though, because Twitch themselves has even said that they will automatically take down content now. You don't, have to go back and delete all your stuff. That's good. But it means that they will automatically be just stripping content from the site that has anything copyrighted in it. Which kind of sucks, because you don't even get a second to just like, oh shoot, let me download my VOD and I don't know, like take clips out of it or something and then just delete it because of the section that had it. No, the entire thing will just get wiped. So that actually kind of sucks a little bit. But at least there is a little bit less worry there as far as people being on the hook for thousands of dollars of fines. But there are some rumors that Facebook is going to be getting a little bit better deal. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully Facebook deal will be a little bit more useful for creators, and the fact that it will allow people to actually use some music. But the rumors are, as of right now, it's only going to be for like top streamers on the platform. Facebook will, this is all conjecture. I don't think there's anything set in stone as far as I know yet, so don't take my word on it. But they will buy the rights to certain labels' music, and then people who stream for Facebook in an upper, tier position will be able to have access to that music. So that would be a good start, I think. Notice that even before the new agreement, a lot of larger creators seem to have forgotten about DMCA problems. I think it's just because they haven't seen anyone get hit with it in a while. They haven't seen anyone get slapped with a big fine or taken down, and so they're getting really lax. But I think it just takes one or two creators losing their channel to really put the fear of the regulatory system into them. I want to look up this Twitch job listing. Let's pull that up, because that sounds hilarious. I want to go make... It sounds horrible, but I want to go make fun of it. I'll pull it up on stream once I find it. But I hope everyone's week is off to a good start. I love the idea of streaming on a Monday, too, because I have every Monday off. So... that just sounds really nice to me, being able to not worry about streaming when I have a bunch of other stuff going on. And also, it's beginning of the week, everybody's fresh, everybody's got new stuff going on. I can get caught up with everyone and see what I need to help motivate you guys for coming into the week, because I would love to start doing some more like social media reviews and stuff. Oh my god, I went up with the exposure instead of down. Holy crap. Blew my face out. I'd love to start getting into some more like channel reviews and stuff like that. I think that would be really cool. Go in, check out you guys like social media stuff. Give it a live review, work over some stuff. We could even like revamp people's Ashney. Welcome to the stream, Ashney. How's it going? I'm just talking about my future plans. I would love to go in and talk about what people can do on their profiles to maybe beef them up a little bit more, make them a little bit more optimized to get some more followers. And there goes the light again. God, jeez, man, I cannot win with the sun today. It's the problem with having a massive light right behind me. It's just watching a vid and it's... That's amazing. I love that I was in your suggesteds. That makes me so happy. But I could even hop on and like make some quick Twitter headers for people in Canva and stuff, and just be like, hey, here you go. Here's a free Twitter header. Enjoy. Now your stuff looks fancier. Yeah, that's kind of my idea. Let's see. I pulled up this stuff on Twitch. Let's see what they're hiring for. Let me just go to this one. I just need to get that up on my window capture here. Let's see what they're hiring for. Let's see if anybody wants to go work for Twitch. Let's see if we're qualified for any of this. Boop. So, engineering manager, director of talent management. They're looking for 2 of those. 1 in New York, 1 in San Fran. Software. Wow, they're hiring for a lot right now. See all jobs. Wow, Sick, you're right. They are hiring for a crap load of people at the moment. It just keeps going. What did they do? Fire everybody? Oh my god. Wow, it just doesn't stop. And they're all relatively recent too, like within the last couple of weeks. The last couple of weeks to last few days. It just keeps going. Oh my god. I know it's a big company, but like, jeez. And further down, further down, further down. Holy shit. All right. Wow. It just didn't stop. Wow. I don't know what to say about that. That's kind of sad. I really hope they're not in that big of trouble as far as staffing goes. JD says, sorry again. I was at work. Boss kept bothering me. What did I miss again? It's all good. I appreciate you hanging out, J Diddy. It's really good having you here. Are you thinking of working for Twitch? We just were having a conversation about some of the issues over at Twitch right now, and Sick had mentioned that they're hiring for a lot of people at the moment. He said that some of the job application or some of the job descriptions were a little interesting and suggested some like changes. So we're just like, yeah, let's go check that out and see what they got going on. And I'm shocked at how many people they're hiring over there. I really hope it's not that much of an exodus and they're just looking to get more people on instead of replacing people. That's what I hope. Fingers crossed, because I do love Twitch. I love the community over there. It's like a big family. I think they just need to get their shit together, honestly. Amazon controls headcount. They just created more space for more staff. Okay, so they're not in trouble. They actually, so this could be a good thing. They're not like replacing people. They're just getting more staff to do more stuff and hopefully like maybe make some revamps or improve things actually. That would be great. That would be great. Because on the surface, when you see that and you're like, oh my God, they're hiring for everybody. Like when you see that for a restaurant, you're like, wow, they just cleared house. They just got rid of everybody. Holy shit, the bloodbath. But that would be great if they're actually just getting some nice new people in there and making some changes. I think that would be good. What else did we have on our list of stuff to talk about here today? We got, oh guys, something crazy that I heard. I don't know if any of you are into watching VTubers. Personally, I have not gotten super into them, but I love that as an option for people who are not comfortable being on camera. You can still have that like personal interaction and that personal connection without putting your own face out there. So really cool idea. But this statistic that I heard, 8 out of 10 of the most popular VTubers right now are on YouTube streaming instead of Twitch. So I don't know if it's just VTubers kind of like started out over there, so it's kind of been a more YouTube heavy thing, but I thought that was really crazy. The YouTube changes are next. I think that hopefully with all of these Twitch, you know, new hires, hopefully they're seeing that writing on the wall and they're making some changes, because it would be sad to just watch Twitch sit there and not even make a move to really like reclaim the trust of the community. Yeah, Ashley, 8 out of 10 top VTubers are streaming on YouTube right now. It's nuts. I was watching a little like, I forget what channel it is. I'm not subscribed to them, but they had a really low, sometimes I'll search for things and I'll look for like really low view videos on YouTube and I'll watch them just to be like, oh, hey, they're actually pretty decent. And these guys were doing a pretty good little like streaming news cast. I'll have to look them up and see if I can like post it on Twitter or something later once I find them again. But yeah, they mentioned that statistic and it was just it blew my mind. I didn't really know. Let's see. I'll see if I can pull that up. Let's see. Where did they find that? YouTube.com. Let me find that video and I'll see if I can find the source on it. You know, I think that with all of, especially VTubing getting as big as it is, I think if Twitch can start kind of reaching out to that community a little bit more and start building that up, I think that would be amazing for them. Because that's been a huge thing for people. I know, Computer Chick, if you're still hanging out, I know that's a conversation that we've had a lot on Twitter, is talking about how people give you such a hard time about not wanting to use a face cam. And I honestly get it. You know, a lot of people just are not about that. They don't want to show their face. They're not comfortable. And they shouldn't have to. You know, there's been a lot of people that I've talked to who don't do that because they really love to stream, but they also have been victims of abuse or things like that. So they're not comfortable putting themselves out there where somebody could recognize them or see them. YouTube has terminated a lot of commentary channels. What do you mean by terminated commentary channels? Like a lot of like reaction channels, or what do you mean? I don't know if I quite get what you mean by that. Where the heck did that video go? I should have had that like link ready to go in chat. Please forgive me, I'm still new to this. I haven't streamed in over a year. I'm rusty. I just saw it and was like, ah, that's cool. I didn't think anyone was actually gonna ask me for a source. Where the heck did you go? Literally just watched you. This is the problem with having 4 different YouTube accounts. Like, what did I watch that on? There we go. Okay, so I'm going to pull up this video real quick on YouTube and we can watch it together and we'll see if he states a source or if he's just pulling this out of his butt. All right, sir. Is this legit or is this butt information? Where did you go? Ad. Damn it. This is one of the cool things that I wanted to mention after this is the fact that YouTube is allowing you to actually turn off ads on your channel for your streams. So I thought that was pretty cool. Okay, I have it to that point in the video. Let's switch over. Let's pause the music real quick. That's a bad place to pause the video. I'm very sorry I did that, man. Lewis Vigil, I did you wrong, sir. That's a bad pause. I apologize. Let's turn this up, make sure it's at acceptable volume for everybody to hear.
So Stream Hatchet has recently released data that shows that 8 out of the top 10 VTubers in terms of hours watched are on YouTube. So it'll be interesting to see if YouTube capitalizes on the...
What was that? I just missed it, and I dropped my phone. I dropped my phone right as he said it, so like, what the frick? Let me rewind real quick. The heck did you say? He kind of mumbled through it. Hold on.
So Stream Hatchet has recently released data that shows...
Stream Hatchet, that's what it is. All right. J Diddy, work is bothering too much, gotta head out. I appreciate you hanging out so much. Thank you for chilling, and I hope to see you again soon. I'm sure I'll see you around on the old Twitter. Please. Okay, so Stream Hatchet is what it said, what they said So let me pop over back to my chatting screen, and I will find that Stream Hatchet. Stream Hatchet. Data analytics for games. Do I have to pay for this? I have to pay for this. I could request a free trial. Okay, well, I don't really want to do a free trial right now. But anyways, Stream Hatchet apparently has these statistics on that. What was it? 8 out of 10 top VTubers are streaming on YouTube right now. And then you had the whole Tim the Tatman, Dr. Lupo thing switching over, and people are talking about Nick Merckx switching over too. I don't know. There's a lot going on, but I don't think that necessarily means that everyone should be switching to YouTube right now, though. I really don't. I don't think that that's a good move for everybody. What are you guys thinking about switching, and what's your reasoning on it for your channel? I know we have a lot of small content creators, or growing content creators. I hate the term small content creators because my whole thing is manifestation, and like if you view yourself as a small content creator and that, you know, hashtag support small streamers mindset, then you're always going to be supporting small streamers. You're always going to be a small streamer. I feel like it's better to refer to yourself as growing. So as growing content creators, what do you feel is going to be a good move for your channel? Personally, in my circumstance, what I felt was best for me as a creator with a very, very small community on Twitch, I was struggling to get up above 10 concurrent viewers on Twitch. It was a push for me. I hit affiliate very fast because of my social media presence and Mixer presence. So affiliate wasn't that hard, but getting anywhere past that 10 viewer range was very difficult. I didn't really get a lot as far as affiliate benefits, so that didn't affect me a whole lot. Monetization wasn't a big issue for me as far as like payouts goes. I think I got maybe one payout while I was streaming on Twitch, so it didn't really bother me. Moving to YouTube was kind of a no-brainer in that situation because of the added discoverability benefits and the bonus that some of my YouTube videos were already doing all right. So that could draw attention to everything else as well. But if you don't have an established YouTube base already, would that even be worth it? You know, and I think that's where it comes down to your personal style of content and what you're going to be interested in doing. I'll get into that in a second once I get caught up on chat because I've just been rambling. Professor Awkward says I haven't streamed in months, but when I'm off this internship, I'll stream 1 time a week on Twitch. Growing isn't my goal. So what made you decide to stick with Twitch versus jumping to YouTube? I like that not streaming too much goal, though. I really do. I think that if you're not trying to really like push growth, that streaming more than like a few times a week at most is really just gonna, I mean, streaming more than a few times a week in general, I think is a good way to burn out. But like, especially if growth isn't your main goal, just stream when you want. Like, have fun with it, enjoy, stream on just enough of a schedule so that people know when you're going to be roughly live, and then just have fun and just go with what your body can handle. Computer Chick says I started on YouTube in 2006, was on Twitch in 2017. After putting more effort into my YouTube, I see better growth for creation. I don't have a strong discovery on Twitch. Twitch is very hard if you don't have anything outside of Twitch, for sure. Yeah, I think that for someone like myself, moving over to YouTube was a great idea. Like I mentioned before, if you don't have a base built up on YouTube, would streaming on YouTube versus Twitch really matter? In my mind, if you are somebody who is interested in doing short form content, and 2, live streams, then I think that YouTube could be a good option for you. If you are just interested in doing live gaming streams and you are friendly with people on Twitch, you're part of some different communities over there, you know people, then staying on Twitch might be a better option for you in the short term, at least, as we see how things develop on these other platforms and what these big changes that seem to be happening with all of this massive hiring round going on over at Twitch. We'll see what they pull out of their pocket. You know, we'll see if they've got anything cool up their sleeve. Professor Awkward says Twitch for me is just familiar and I have more friends there. Only regularly watch 1 to 2 channels on YouTube. Yeah, and that's like what I was mentioning. If you're in a situation like that and you don't really have that, you know, YouTube presence, you know, I guess you could say, you're not on YouTube commenting, you're not watching other people, you're not hanging out. It just doesn't really make sense to jump over and start completely from scratch if you are looking to just do something for fun, you know, because you're going to be putting a lot more work in. Whereas on Twitch, if you're just looking to stream for fun, you can pull viewers from some people that you're already friends with and you know and you're connected with. Funky Barney, welcome to the stream, Funky Barney. How's it going? Funky Barney says, well, for me, is because I am switching folks to YouTube. Content I do is more watchable on YouTube than Twitch. That's how I feel as well. I feel like more people are going to be looking for the type of stuff that I do on YouTube compared to browsing Twitch. They're not really going to be looking at it going like, oh, this guy talking about marketing and streaming events. Like, ooh, let me watch that person. They got it going on over there. Look at that old purple-haired them talking about marketing and shit. They're not gonna do that. They're gonna be like, who is this person sitting there chatting about random stuff? Where's the shooting? Where's the building? Where's the chicken dinners? I need to watch some pounding. There's a significantly less poning going on my channel these days compared to back in the day when I was trying desperately to play shooters and battle royale games without glasses on and terrible eyesight. I swear I would be so much better at those games now that I have glasses on. Oh my god. Swagmumnon says streaming is purely a hobby for me. Switching platforms and starting completely over just is not a fun prospect. Yeah, no, that's perfectly understandable. I don't think that anybody who is in that situation should even worry about switching. I think that it would be much better to just focus on Twitch, have like a couple social media platforms and just kind of go with that. You know, don't feel like you have to jump ship every time somebody freaks out over, you know, a bad move that Twitch is making. I think that jumping back and forth and flip-flopping thing, you saw it all the time with Twitch to Mixer and Mixer to Twitch and now YouTube to Twitch and Facebook and all that. It stalls any little bit of possible growth that you could have even at the hobby level, because the people that are finding you never have a chance to actually like be around long enough to develop into a community. Professor Awkward says, other people are home now, so I'm getting choppy internet. I'll see you on the Twitter. I'll see you on Twitter. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you for stopping by, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Happy Monday. Happy start to your week. Sweets popped in with chat. Personally, I feel staying on Twitch is the better option for my channel, at least for now. Tools like channel points. I can't read, apparently. Channel points are a big part of how I interact with my chat. I would love to see YouTube get something like that. They need channel points or something of that nature, especially where a lot of people are thinking about moving over, but they don't have any like affiliate type things. You know, you have to basically hit partner before you can get emotes and stuff like that. So it would be nice for them to have kind of a middle ground. I feel like that would pull a lot of people over. Funky Barney says, for pure live streaming, Twitch is better still. Yeah, I agree. Just for straight up live streaming, if that was all that I wanted to focus on, I would probably still be on Twitch. I would probably still be on Twitch if I was just going to do that. But where I want to focus on that medium form content, like, 10 to 15 minute videos, more educational stuff, more searchable content, and then gaming is kind of thrown in as an accent to like hang out with people and have fun, I think that YouTube is a much better option. Even for people who are interested in like starting a brand new channel, they're not very big on Twitch, but they want to start a brand new channel and do short form content, and they want to do highlight reels and things like that. They don't have a community, but they do want to take this a little bit more seriously. I think that right now YouTube would be a better move for them ultimately, because you're gonna be catching that early wave, and you will be able to pull in more people because shorts are doing so well right now that you don't have to split your time as much. You can focus on making really good shorts, and instead of trying to pull people from TikTok with short form content to another platform, you can just create short form content like TikTok with similar potential reach right on the platform, and people will follow you. It'll benefit your actual main channel, your main content. So that's just like my take on it. Funky Barney says, I would recommend do not switch to YouTube without doing proper research first. It's a lot different. There's search engine optimization to think about. There's a lot of different features. Even just the thing of being able to set up a stream thumbnail and the thought that goes into that, that's something that I completely forgot about until today. And I was like, oh shit, I don't have a thumbnail. I had to go into Canva. I'm just like, crap, let's make one real quick. But yeah, it's a different beast. And I think that if people aren't prepared for the little bit of extra work that it puts in, rather than just on Twitch where you just hit, I'm gonna go live and I'm gonna play my games, and you can even just do it right from your PlayStation or your Xbox. If you're not prepared for that, then I think it can take you off guard. And I think that some people are gonna get really discouraged and frustrated if they just go from Twitch to YouTube and treat it exactly the same. But if you are a new channel and you are looking to put that effort in, and you already have been doing it for a little bit and understand that it is going to take some work, then switching to YouTube to get that boost might be a good option. It all depends on the content you make. Yeah, for sure. Swagamamonon, thank you for compliment on the glasses. I missed that a while back. I love these so much, and they were so cheap. I think I did the like $69.69 deal or something. Like you pay $69.69 and you get glasses. There's either that or $69.420. I don't know. It's one of those things. But I got 2 pairs of glasses and I got a free eye exam, and now I can see shit, and it's amazing, and I love it. And my eyes aren't watering while I'm trying to stream, and I can read chat without having to lean into the computer. It's a beautiful time, and I feel fancy and happy. Six says, I honestly can't even find anything when it comes to FB gaming. FB gaming is really difficult. I haven't even tried watching streams over there in probably a good year because I just fucking gave up. They were so confusing, and their viewer count is so off all of the time because Facebook is notorious for faking view count for ad revenue purposes, and I just don't trust shit they do. I don't even really like using Instagram a whole lot anymore. I have my food account over there, which me and Shauki are trying to kind of revamp into a little bit more of like a pagan lifestyle and food thing, rather than just what I was doing before, where I was focusing on like, I'm gonna cook really nice stuff every day and take pictures of it. And it just was so tiring because Instagram is so sketchy with their algorithm a lot of times with how they show you, and it's tiring. But that just comes down to Facebook being sketchy with how they do things. And, if I have that big of a problem with Facebook themselves and the satellite apps around Facebook, why am I going to willingly put my entire future of streaming and content creation in their hands? I don't think that that's very smart. Six said, YouTube top tier for quality, discoverability, and community interaction does still need some work, though. The thing that I like about their discoverability is the fact that there is some search engine optimization for streams. So while I'm live, people can still find me as if I'm a regular video. Because I've set my description, I've set my title, they can, see what's in my thumbnail, and I do have some discoverability while I'm live through people just searching the site, and I love that. And then the fact that as soon as I end my stream, it's now a searchable evergreen content video. You know, now people can come back and watch it forever and search for it, rather than on, you know, Twitch, where it's just if they happen to stumble across my channel and go, oh, look at that, there's a 2-hour VOD that I have no idea what it's about, let me slog through that. But yeah, community interaction is a big thing that they need to work on. I would love to see them get some more community interaction stuff. The shareable clips feature that's coming is going to be massive. I don't know fully how it's going to work yet, but they've talked about bringing shareable clips to where people can take a clip from your stream and then share it with their followers. So just like, yo, check out this awesome clip that I made of so-and-so's stream. Aren't they cool? Get in here and watch them. And that will be just, I don't know if it'll be saved as like a short type of thing or what, but that I think is going to be a huge boost to community interaction and discoverability. You can also schedule your streams, which I think will be helpful. I know that you can do this on Twitch. You can like set up your schedule, but on YouTube, when you schedule a stream, it actually shows up in your followers' timeline or in their, I guess, you know, main page. It shows up as like scheduled stream, and they can choose to set a reminder for it. They can choose to actually hang out in chat and wait for it to pop up if they want to. That I think is going to be massive. It doesn't send your people a reminder or a notification until you actually go live, but the fact that you can set that the day before or even just like a couple of hours before and get that added boost to start out your stream with a little bit more interaction, rather than just relying on going live, hitting the going live soon screen, hitting all your socials, and then sitting there waiting for people to show up. You actually have a little bit more of a chance for people to know that you're going live before you actually go live, which I think is really cool. You can set your thumbnail, even set your title, set your description. People know exactly what you're going to be doing. It's cool. I think that it's going to help a lot. Funky Barney says YouTube will become better within 2 to 3 years for live streaming. Getting big dogs from Twitch was a good start. I don't want to put too much stock in that though, because they did that with Mixer and it didn't do shit. Honestly, like all it did on Mixer was just piss off medium-sized streamers who weren't getting as much attention anymore, or so they felt. I think that getting those guys is a good start, but personally, I'm seeing this as a retirement move for a lot of those guys. Like they're getting a little bit older, they got a family, they want content that is going to be more diversified so that they can spend less time actually streaming and more time living their life, which is even what Tim the Tatman said. Like this has opened up opportunity for him to do so much more, whereas before he was just tied to being live all the time. Now he can get away from that and he can start working on, would he join up doing more like esports stuff? Didn't he join up with that like team? He's got, I don't know how many kids he's got now. Like, you know, he's got stuff to do. And same thing with Dr. Lupo. You know, Dr. Lupo's got a family, and I think he even said a similar thing. Like, this sets my family up, dude. Like, I can stream a little bit, create more, you know, video content, and just kind of like chill a little bit more. And that sounds great, you know. But just so that's why like them coming over doesn't necessarily mean that it's a good move for small streamers. I think that personally it is a good move for people looking to start out right now. If you don't have any sort of community whatsoever and you're looking for that diverse content, then yeah, absolutely. But just because big Twitch streamers are moving to YouTube doesn't mean that small or medium-sized streamers of like, you know, 50, 100 viewers or anywhere in there, it doesn't mean that that's going to be a good move for them. Oh man. So that was what I got for all of the streaming news this week. Anything else that popped up that you guys wanted to talk about? Feel free to pop it into the chat. I'm going to start getting my game fired up here.